Hey everyone, this is Dusk on AestheticGamer, and here we're playing this game known as Stairs. To be honest, I know a little bit about it, but very little. This game was originally an indie game that was released in 2013, I believe, late 2013. It was a demo involving a character, surprise, going downstairs. They went through Kickstarter through early 2015, but that Kickstarter actually got cancelled. They were looking for funding, and at the time they released a Kickstarter demo. And here we are, the game just released earlier today. I waited, it's now grim and dark and night and all that, so perfect opportunity to play our horror games. I'm going to be talking a lot through this. This is obviously a commentated Let's Play. We're going to be kicking pretty straightforward right into Stairs after I make sure a few settings are okay. Let's go straight into Stairs. I might have to adjust some settings here and there as we go. Start a new game immediately. Sure, I'll choose empty, like my heart.
My name is Christopher Adams, freelance journalist looking for a new story and someone to sell it to. Lately I've been looking into 3 missing people, but with no luck. Valerie Berkeley, James Reed, and Jean Jowers Remens. Berkeley was allegedly kidnapped by the other 2 and is presumed dead. There was no ransom note, no exchange. All 3 simply went missing for 3 years. Until now. Police found the body of a young female yesterday in the old factory outside of town. According to my contact, it was Berkeley, killed by strangulation. So why would a kidnapping victim turn up dead 3 years later? Are Reed and Remens still involved somehow? I'm on my way to the factory now. If nothing else, I'll get some photos before anybody else does.
And here we go immediately. Movement is controlled by moving. Who would have guessed? No, I actually want to do something. I thought I turned subtitles on, but no, they should be on. Yes, that cutscene just didn't like subtitles. That's fine. I mean, I can roll with it. Doesn't look bad at all, actually. Time for me to go on my Steam screenshot frenzy. Anyways, I'm assuming, due to it being a game called Stairs, that we'll be going through a lot of stairs. Which means let's go take a look. And hey there, Grey Light Junkin. Let's say solidly. Now, here's a guess. I'm going to fathom a guess here, as someone who had never played the previous demo versions, that, of course, when I think about Stairs in horror games, the first thing that comes into my mind is experimental horror games that started rising in late 2012. There was a definite movement during the early 2012s and 2013s involving horror experimentation to explore both what horror games could and could not be, and narratively of how they could work still. So this looks like it's going to be somewhat of a narrative-driven game. I might be wrong about that, but that's my initial guessing. And I can say that I like experimental horror, so I'm curious how they might decide to demonstrate themselves. But with that said, my immediate first thought is nice lighting. Let's go through. Of course, shift is run. We cannot jump, which is notable. And yai. Let's take a look. Press J and read immediately. My notes. To toggle camera, take a photo. Interaction icon, photos, gathered notes, not taken, turning the page. My immediate thought, oh, we have some photos defaultly in here. Now, are these photos that we need to fulfill? They might be. In which case, would that be things that we're looking out for? They're grayed out, so it seems like it. I found the way to the factory through a walking path. Should be close now. Intriguing. Let's close this through. Doop. And here. You know, factories stationed off in the forest often are commonly health hazards. As I'm just sort of thinking about this, because I live in Oregon, there's been a lot of concern about how the forests are taken care of. And, of course, we have a lot of logging mines here. Not logging mines, you don't actually mine for logs, it turns out. Just logging areas. But as such, a common hazard that's brought up is the, I guess, dangers of building a factory off in the middle of nowhere like this. It makes more sense to keep them near an industrialized area, except, of course, the results of such a factory could, in fact, spill out elsewhere. But this is probably an abandoned factory. In fact, there probably is. It does look like this. I like the brick structure, regardless. It actually almost looks like a school, is my immediate thought. Maybe it's just because I'm used to brick schools. Who knows? Immediately, we see the company name at Nadakra. I'm saying that remotely correctly because there's an accent right above the A. Now, here's so much I need to clarify before we start exploring the facility. Being the aesthetic gamer, I usually take my time to explore things and see if I can see anything. So my immediate first goal is to see if we can do anything with this gate. The answer is probably no, but you know, still, actually we can. At least we can sort of rate ourselves around it. I need to remember that we can inside camera mode like this. Can we zoom in and zoom out with the camera? There is a multiplier there, but I haven't quite figured out the controls behind it fully yet, so I'll get a bit later. Unfortunate though. Of course, we're locked into our fate to enter this facility. It looks a bit big though. You think we're gonna be able to go all the way to the building over there? I'll take a solid guess that maybe the answer is yes. There's also this obvious shed sticking out. I don't have a light source to do with my camera though, which makes things actually a bit brighter. Hardly enough to be counted as a flashlight or anything, but try photographing the big door. I can do just that. Oh yeah, that was the first mark, wasn't it? Look in our journal. So the guess was right. We're trying to take photos of things that are yet to be seen. So we should keep our eyes open for sights and sounds, or not really sounds, you don't really take photos of sound, but things that are reflected in our journal there. That was obviously the first one. Ah, the door's been rusted shut. Since the door's closed, it seems like we have to go through the back way to actually enter. Interesting creaking sound. If the wind is causing it to creak, that definitely implies that it's a rusty old place. Actually, speaking about organ things, here we have a good old train track system. I can't actually step inside the tracks, but I will take a look over here regardless. Probably nothing, but if you never check, then how will you ever know? Nah, it's definitely certainly empty. Actually, there's our second photo opportunity. Now, looking in our journal, yep, that fulfills area 2. Simple enough, simple enough. Actually, I'm going to take a solid look here. Looks like we have a lamp with some other things on top of it. We have a... These look like crime scene evidence scenes because they have labels and such on them, so we'll get back to that. I think he said that he wanted to take the first photo, so is he trying to kind of be like a... I guess I'm trying to think of, what's that called? A vulture onto the scene afterwards, so that he can grab photos for his own personal scoop after the police investigation has already been finished. It's probably, yeah, we're not going to be able to go up those. The entrance is obviously over there. Let's take a look, pull out the camera, and oh dear. I'm trying to figure, he doesn't seem to have a stamina system, but his running speed isn't the fastest. Almost looks like it says liar, but that almost looks like an O, so it'd be more like lawyer? Not like lawyer, like a lawyer in court, but we have 8 different things to see at the very top. Zizzle? It might be more like Zizoob, because that looks like a Z, an I, maybe a B, maybe another Z, that'd be like Zibby. I'm probably reading that completely wrong. I can't say I'm very cultured in the art of graffiti. I'm gonna still duck under here regardless. On to crouch. If we look solidly into the sun at the moment, actually, let me pull out my journal here because there's a little bit more few words to say. Looks like it's been forced open. I doubt the police would go through the side door. I got into the factory. The crime scene should be close. I should look around and take all the pictures I need. Sounds like a solid plan, sir. Take all those photos opportunities that we happen to have, which means that we probably have to look around and see what matches our photo scenes. I was making sure there wasn't anything hidden around the corners. Looks like we might have a few different ways to go, but over here might actually be the only method immediately. E to interact was figured out earlier by the gate, but nice to have that established. Now, here's my next guess. We should try scanning the rooms a bit to see if there is anything that can resemble... In fact, I should probably look at the photos to get these ingrained in my mind. We have something with a lamp, something with a... looks like almost a book, but I guess that's actually not a book. There's a can, a label. The next 3, if these are in chronological order, the next 3 should have labels next to them. So I guess the first thing to look out is a label and see if the other parts of it match. I also like the music kicking in, by the way. The door reveals to us that it is in fact locked. Looks like it has a key card number, but I guess we're not going to actually find the lock there because we interact with the key card. I'm saying key card, but it's more like a numerical pad. Second floor reveals to us, actually, that's a meeting room, so it will actually open. Group therapy is what I immediately think of when you have chairs circled around looking in a single place. I've actually never been to group therapy, but it's represented enough in popular culture, that's immediately what I thought of. Actually, what is this a factory for? Come to think of it, is there information about that? I'm starting to think about this a little bit more. We know it's a factory, and we know the company name on the outside, and I guess the name sounds a bit Russian. Apparently I apply good old accents to Russian, but I don't think they deploy stairs. It'd be kind of ironic if they were a stairs company, but I don't think it's actually a thing. But yar, exploring is a forte. Let's take a solid look around, so open this up. Nah, I can't see anything much here. We can probably get over there through the other route. That door's locked immediately, so run past all the chairs having their good times. Actually, was there any pictures needed of chairs? I didn't think so. I'm gonna take a picture anyway, though, just to see what happens. Nice flash. Actually, you could probably use that flash to your advantage in some situations. I'm thinking about the movie Shudder at the moment, particularly the scene where the flashes come in and out for a while. It was an absolutely creepy scene, I should add, so... If we look over that direction, on the outskirts of there, there's a building over there, which is what we need to access because the other way is blockaded. Now, going to take a guess. Probably we're going to see all the sights that we need to see as we move forward and on. We're also now shut inside the factory. That's going to be great probably later when we decide to make our grand escape. My guess is that we're going to be going down before we go up. Anything about these factory controls? Nothing that at least catches the eye. Hey, at least they didn't seem to keep much waste. Even though this is an abandoned factory for who knows what period of time right now, it still seems like it's in pretty good condition, all things. I mean, they've got things floating all about, but it doesn't look like the worst condition factory I've ever seen. I've seen actually quite a few in my day. Let's check this other staircase. So I'm saying staircase, other door. Apparently I just got stairs on the mind. I'm wondering how the staircase plays into the title because I never played the original demos, so... And honestly, stairs can be frightening. I think the first time I ever realized that stairs could be frightening, ironically, not ironically, but would be in the show Twin Peaks, because there was a scene that they would show constantly throughout the series involving a ceiling fan. And it was this piece of imagery that would pop up multiple times through the series. It was inside the Palmer's house. I'm not going to talk much about the series in terms of spoilers, but the Palmer's house is where Laura Palmer, the first main murder victim in the whole heart of the series of events, dies off. And one of the scenes was a staircase that led up into her room. And the stairs, over the course of the series, would have some weird ambient scenes, actually speaking of the stairs, that would pull you to pay attention to it. So, yeah. Now? Nah, there's nothing on the stairs. It does look like there's a series of rooms for us to explore. The light, obviously, beckons us into here, and there's our lamp scene. These are a bit more spread out than I was expecting, actually. That makes 3. And if we look back in our photo, next we're looking for a bucket thing. Also, we probably have a journal entry, says that seems to trigger the journal entries from being written. Looks like they stayed in here. Beer, TV, and a sofa. What more could you want? Yeah, you know, if you want to get yourself all set up inside the factory, sure. Probably supposed to be the relaxation room, I guess. Could see the few. Trying to determine if this is like a huge company or a smaller company. I mean, there's no way to really tell because it looks pretty abandoned, but hey. Actually, is that? There was something there, but it just disappeared. Strange. Now, my next guess. The door is in fact open, and here's our next, not the next crime scene, but one of the crime scenes. We actually skipped over something, so it might be down the way. Looks like they stayed in, no, there's no note there. Alright, well, let's look at the photo. That fills out that area, which means I guess there might be 2. Can I investigate back in here to locate them? This is what I was expecting them to do, which means that we now have multiple pathways to explore. I'll keep the doors open to keep a mental note of which ones I've investigated and which ones I have not. That door is obviously locked. There's another one of the crime scenes. This is the one with the bucket. No, this is the one with the mattress, right? Yep. We have one more to fill before we get back to this next point, which is wherever the can is supposed to be. No blood or signs of a fight. What a why strangle her out here, or did they move the body? She was restrained here, that much is clear to see. What did they do to the poor girl before killing her? Okay. Salutations. I like the flickering light. Next up, let's take a solid look here. This area we need to find. It doesn't seem to be in this room, and due to these seemingly being placed at places where you can spot them as you continue, it almost seems like it'd be in this room. There's that thing again. That might be a slight bug, but I'll take a picture anyway. I'm going to see if there's any cans laying around that actually might be ahead a bit. Yeah, I don't see any other tags here. Also, what's supposed to be after this? There's a body, there's some things laying down, and a door. The door is probably the very end because it looks like it leads to a staircase. Now that I'm actually paying attention. Let's take a solid look. Now, my guess here is that the area that fell down that we see in the picture after the pictures is probably somewhere here? Not in this corner, I mean somewhere in this open area. Actually, is that pipe leading upward? Oh, but you can't jump, right? I was going to try and scale it. That looks like it would lead to the door. I mean, that's not the least bit intimidating or trying to say anything's going to be coming up from there. Before I hop down there, I do want to see if I can capture all the images here. This is probably hidden somewhere and I need to find it. Wait, that's tape. I thought it was, okay. I thought it was something else. In fact, let me look here. That could just be this. That is it. Alright, so look at it from a different angle. Why kill her and just leave the body? She was restrained here. No blood or signs of a fight. Why kill her and just leave the body? Did they panic, or was it the plan to get rid of her? Okay. So the can, then, is probably hidden somewhere between here and there. Being Mr. Completionist me, I'm probably not going to move on until I find it. Which means let's solidly look for some cans. In fact, let me look at the scene a bit. That could be in the rec room as well. In fact, now that I know that two pictures can be right next to each other and we've had that established, it could very well still just be in this room. Just from a different angle. Yeah, not saying immediately in here. But it could be in one of the scenes that we've already passed through. I'll keep that in mind. Actually, because there's this flickering light in here, I'm led to believe... There it is! Let's see if I got the right angle here. There we go. I do enjoy looking for cans. It's actually, I guess it's a bucket, and now I'm looking at this from a 3D angle. It's a box with a plate in it, so this is probably where they fed her and all that, I'm guessing. She must have been in here for a while, judging by this shit, to put it in discreetly, or delicately. I guess that was shit and not food. Who am I to judge? Which means if the scene has been evaluated successfully, the only thing left is to go down the door. Well, let's do it. Obviously, we're also going to be looking for the door that leads to our quote-unquote staircase. If I get into too dark an environment, here's an experimentation. I can flash to get a quick eye of the scene. Since we don't have a flashlight, at least we don't have a flashlight yet, we'll probably get one eventually. I'll keep that in mind. It's a little bit bad for the retinas there, but I certainly can see for just a split second. Sometimes it can be fun to sort of eye out your areas. There's also our entrance and the final camera shots. Or no, it isn't. This is not the right door. The door that we're looking for has off its hinges and a wall over there to the right. I'm still going to investigate, though I don't think it's anywhere near here. They got some tools over here. It's their workshop where they kept all their handy-dandy wrenches, hammers, screwdrivers, other things that either were used for torture or for the factory. Probably for the factory. But it could have also been doubled for torture. Who am I to judge? That looks dark and intimidating. We'll get back there. That also looks dark and intimidating. But this one looks like a room, so I'll eye out the scenery first. What are these? They could be anything. I mean, they're probably boilers. They look like boilers. But I'm no factory worker. I've actually never worked in a factory before. I've worked on construction sites. I've worked on a variety of areas involving factories themselves, but never at a factory itself. There's the door, which means we'll go there last, take the white route. That's wrong and probably a dead end. Yeah, that's totally a dead end. Expected and expected, which means let's go. A doorway that seems like it might be descending further into the facility. Of course, our character, we will assume, was overcome by a sense of curiosity. Alright, take a solid look here. This must lead down to the shelter. I should take a quick look. By quick look, by my standards, probably means that we're probably going to be here for a few hours. Okay, let's do it! And of course leads to our staircase. Who wants to bet the door's going to close behind us? I'm going to make the sort of the bets here. We also have another journal entry. Conclusion: 3 years is a long time to be held like this. They must have moved around a lot just to avoid attention. They were here for at least a few days to a week. Valerie was drugged and violated several times. She saw a chance to escape and took it, but Rita Remens caught her, strangled her before taking off without hiding the body. Possible. It seems like a sound theory, but I feel like there's more to the case at the moment. So let's start descending the quote-unquote stairs here. I'd be a bit worried if I were this guy. On one side, he's already been locked inside the facility because the shutter closed behind him, and I'm going to assume he's not going to open it easily. And now he's assigned to descend further and further down the staircase. This probably isn't going to end well. Or end in all the right ways, depending on how you look at it. As a horror enthusiast, obviously I'm looking forward to this, but yeah. I am curious what would happen if we went back upstairs. I'm guessing the door is closed. I'm probably not wrong. We went down more stairs than I realized, but the theory is correct, actually. The door isn't just the door didn't just close. This door is just gone. It disappeared. Actually, okay, my experimentation self is kicking in. Unfortunately, I'm a man that likes to experiment. Okay, yeah, they won't let you hop in the middle. I was curious if they were gonna let me. Be a bit amusing. But let's go. If the door disappeared, that might be an implication of something? Or maybe an oversight. But I'm guessing, my guess here at the very least, is there might be an implication. I'm just gonna take pictures randomly as I stroll them down. Actually, do we have a new set of pictures to take? Yes, we do. Looks like a girl, looks like a game, looks like a mirror, looks like a desk, looks like a shadow, looks like a television set type thing. That looks like a microwave. That might be a projector or something. That actually is a billboard now that I'm paying attention. Something? And a lot of TVs. Okay. Sights and sounds to see down here. I'm gonna try and sneak down regardless. I'm actually kind of curious. We can hear sobbing. And the first door. Alright, let's explore the floor. I found some sort of underground installation beneath the factory. The sobbing is probably the woman we need to find. Is she actually alive? If she is, then that's a bit odd. And you think the police would have found this place, but maybe it's something else entirely. There's probably, most likely, like almost definitely, more going on.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Hello? Who's there? How can you hear me?
My name's Valerie. I've been locked in here. You have to help me!
So the implication is that Valerie is still alive? Or maybe her spirit is. Okay. We'll try to see if we can circle around to her. By circle around, I mean go through these spiraling hallways. Peekaboo. There's a few rooms. And a note. Sure, I'll pick it up. Right, E. Magna Cell, safe 5000. In order to operate the I want to say manga, but the Magna Safe 5000, you will need to set a number combination to open it. This is done by aligning the number dials with a corresponding letter in the form of a combination that's easily remembered. 1 is locked. 2 means that we can go up to A, B, C, etc., etc. 3, it implies it's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 character combination, which then means that it's a set of characters to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to clarify with A, B, C, D, E, F. So, yeah, that's a safe. Actually, is there any combination in the picture that we saw? No. In fact, I don't think there wasn't a safe in any of them. For some reason, I thought there was, but that was just me recollecting incorrectly. A lot of newspapers, though. Did they say anything? By the burn pit. Burn pit. Huh. Yeah, burn pit newspaper. Has to make me giggle a little bit at that, but...
I'm in here!
Okay.
The key to the door is in Dad's safe. Find the combination and you can set us both free.
Alright, I can work at that. I need to find the combination to the safe. It has to be around here somewhere. It is actually a fact that people usually keep the safe combinations of wherever safe they may have. They want to have it by memory. Usually somewhere within a 10-meter radius. Alright, so let's see what this has to say.
I renovated the room in the basement well before. If I'm going to do this, it should be done here, where I can be in control.
Okay. Checking through this. The door is locked. At least it's not a door with a safe attached to it. That might be a bit unfortunate. Due to their 5,000 safe security locks or
Dad
whatever.
has some kind of archive down there for his research.
Cool.
There has to be something down there. Hurry!
I think it was kind of dumb for ever stuffed you in that room to put you in a room where you can talk to me through ventilation shafts. Good for game design. Bad for whoever criminals thought that'd be a good idea to stuff her in a room where she had accesses to speaking events. I can hear them through the walls. We also, actually, here's a first photo opportunity. Could she really be Valerie? In that case, who died in the factory if Valerie is down here? Why didn't the police do their job? That's a nice reflection. Alright.
Friends came over to see her today. Stayed for hours in her room until I asked them to leave. She was getting a bit too excited.
Yeah. I also need to pay attention to what things I need to take pictures of. Cola with something etched onto it. A broken mirror, a desk, a shadow. The shadow makes me think of Fatal Frame because of it almost looks like a ghost type thing. That's probably not what it actually is, but what it makes me think of, we have to take a chance opportunity photo of something. So yeah. Before I go the direction they want me to go.
That's the kitchen. He spends a lot of time in there when he's finished with me.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Actually, though, there might be a few things they need to take photos of in here. I'm just going to keep the photo page open here for the moment. Because I am determined. I thought that this kind of looked like a fridge that was removed or something, but it's probably not what it actually is. Oh, broken mirror. Could she really be Valerie in that case? Okay, there's that. We got the photo there. Can we also open up the bathroom stalls? They're locked. Oh, this one's open. Someone just left their shoes right there. It's what I do when I go to take a crap. I just go and I leave my shoes right in front of the toilet, claim it as my own. Nothing else, though. And regardless, what might be in the sink? I'm trying to decide what they would even eat in this sort of setup. Looks like they just ate cereal all day long, but hey, you know, I like cereal. In fact, I had cereal not too long ago, so can't judge too much. Actually, here's the next picture. Photo fulfills. Also, I just noticed that the picture has a reflection. Is that supposed to be us? I suppose so. This is a lot of drugs for one person. Whoever's behind this must be planning far ahead. Also, another note. Clinical Psychology, 2nd edition. Quite. Also, this is the desk from the photo. Yep, half the page is already filled. What does this say? C equals bookshelf row, F equals edition of book. So this is the A, B, C, D, E, F lock. Anyway, actually I think it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because I think it was 7 numbers. It might be 6, but this is apparently a puzzle, which means that C is the bookshelf row, and F is the edition of the book. Okay? Actually, I guess I should probably open up a notepad document if we're going to be having puzzles like this. Give me a second. Sorry, I like taking notes. The edition of the book. Well, yeah. Bookshelf row. Is there a bookshelf nearby? I mean, I guess this would be it. Which would be what we're looking for in a second. I found some sort of clue to part of the combination. Clinical Psychology 2nd edition. Right, because there was the thing over here saying that it was Clinical Psychology 2nd edition. So that means F is 2. And I'm guessing we need to find Clinical Psychology 2nd edition on the shelf here. Let's take a solid look. I don't need the camera to be pulled out. There it is. Clinical Psychology 2nd edition, which means it's on, would that be the 2nd or the 3rd shelf? I guess it'd be, if it was from the bottom, usually it's labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, but it could also mean that it would be 3. I will take a mental note that this could be 2 or 3. And the book edition is 2. Alright. They're not numbered, so whatever the case, they're both really close to each other, so yeah. That's 2 of the numbers figured out. We just have to go over here and probably figure out the next batch. That also means we're not going to find a simple combination. It means that we're going to have to solve a combination with simple little puzzles. That's locked still, of course. Alright. Down here into the research labs. Totally not intimidating. Also, what sort of pictures? Shadow. Microwave desk with billboard. Whatever that is. TVs. I'll keep that all in mind. I'll try this door over here first. Good old locked. I mean, I guess it was just the garbage area. It looks like they put all the garbage bags, recycling, etc. So, but hey, you need to store it all somewhere, right? That way might be right, so I'm going to go over here first. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's going to be blockade, so I can't continue. I'm not wrong. This door opens, though, and inside... What is this now? Almost looks like it's the entrance to a gym or something. If this is a gym, I'll be very surprised. It's definitely not, but it looks like how it has the bleachers. There's no lockers, though, actually. No, yeah, there's no lockers. It looks like a bin for balls. This looks like things, like sport bleacher things. So I'm curious what this might lead to. The door is solidly locked. Sounds coming from deeper within the facility. This path goes a lot deeper than I expected. In fact, I'm going to backtrack for a second. I'm sure I have to backtrack anyway, but my curiosity is subdued and let me check the way that I skipped over, thinking that this was going to be a little side area. But it's proving to be much more there. Is there anything else behind the door? That door is locked. How about this door? This door looks like it's locked as well. Anything that matches any photo descriptions? Not that I've seen yet. Okay. We'll edge our way deeper into the facility. Also, remember you can turn yourself like that just for a second. Now, I'm going to take a guess. Probably the creepier part of what we're going to find early in the game will be over here in this corner. On account of the things that we need to take pictures of look a bit odder, especially these two and maybe this one. Also, the music, and of course we're going a little bit deeper into this.
I'm not sure how long I've been here. It has become a routine. He does the same things to me every day.
So a creature of habit. If we're talking about a criminal, which is what I assume, also there's a shadow. I'll get to the shadow in a second. What are you, mysterious shadow? It's not a shadow, it's a drawing. But hey, why would anyone put graffiti down here? There's a number of reasons, but we found that one. Of course, watching us. strangely, far off on the opposite side of the hallway. It did look like a shadow both in the picture from here, but it's in fact graffiti. Now, what might be stored in the back area where he came from? Because this facility seems to stretch out in multiple different areas. Alright. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, which I am using to try and make this more of a livelihood, not just for missed game videos, but little games I make in my own time, and to bring different types of videos to the channel. You can find the link for my Patreon in the description below, or in the video, obviously. If you'd be interested in seeing me recording gameplay videos and doing other things live, I stream quite regularly and record almost all my gameplay over at a site called Hitbox TV on my channel. You can also see that in the video currently. Hope you enjoyed the video, and adieu.